I'm meteorologist John Ziegler. Here's an update on Hurricane Milton. It has weakened a little bit this morning to 145 miles per hour, but we did have 180 mile per hour winds yesterday as a Category 5, made it the fifth strongest hurricane on record. You had to go back to 2005. Wilma actually was the hurricane that was stronger than this when you're talking about wind speeds and the isobars, the depth, the actual strength of it, but fifth all time. Now it has weakened. We're still gearing up here for the northern part of Florida in a tropical storm warning. That also includes the deeper reds here down towards Miami. The hurricane warning here is down towards Tampa Bay, and it does include areas of Orlando and then the other coast of Florida as it actually crosses over. Even though it's expected to weaken to a Cat 1, we're still expecting hurricane force conditions on both sides of the peninsula of Florida there, crossing over Orlando and Tampa Bay. So a very populated spot there. Definitely of concern. So here's what it looks like. Now, yesterday you could actually see the eye wall was incredible. Now, notice how the eye wall went away, but it's starting to come back here a little bit. That is a sign of strengthening or strengthening again. But actually, as the hurricane worked just far enough to the east, it ran into a little shear and a little bit of dry air, just a little bit. Now, these beasts are sensitive. If you drive in any dry air, it is going to break it up a little bit, and that's why it has weakened. But yesterday at this time, to get it to rapidly develop to that Category 5 at 180 mile per hour wind gusts, it actually missed its path a little bit to the south and actually strengthened over a little bit of a warmer body of water. So this is still expected here to be a Category 4. There's always going to be a little bit of speculation when you're talking about hurricanes, because you look at yesterday, any shift in the forecast can rapidly change the development of a hurricane. Right now, it's expected to strengthen again tonight, back to 160. We could get back to a Category 5, and you can see that there. Wednesday morning, it should weaken a little bit here as it starts to head into Tampa. We're going to see this most likely come into the Tampa area as a Category 4. You'll notice the cone, this is what we call the cone of uncertainty, is pretty wide. That means it could make landfall at any point here on the coast. So Tampa is in the middle, but we could see this shift still, but we'll watch that cone tighten up as we get closer. Still looks like Tampa and Tampa Bay are going to be the main hazards, but you can see even on the other coast of Florida, it's going to be 80 mile per hour wind gusts, 80, 90. We'll probably still see hurricane force winds. So still a little uncertainty, still a ways to go in this, but right now we're preparing for the worst, which is still a Category 5. The forecast models have this as Category 3. Rain flooding from the rainfall is actually not the concern here. It's flooding from what? Storm surge. How do you look at storm surge? Well, really, this is just the wave height. It's actually sucking all of this. Really, it's a force, and it's sucking up a humongous wave, and it's drawing this on land. If you look right now, we're looking at a 23-foot surge. We desperately need this to go down. This is absolutely the most devastating part of a hurricane. It's also the part of the hurricane that can cause the most damage, devastation, and life. So we need to watch this closely. We need this to come down. Then we'll start watching this, really it's giant wave coming into what is going to be Tampa Bay and even Fort Myers. So the Tampa Bay, Fort Myers, we could be looking at 9 feet or higher. Again, I just showed you a 23-foot wave. I'm hoping that can obviously lower here. We have some models that are 12 to 15 feet. Nonetheless, it's always worse when you can imagine this as a tunnel. It actually makes a larger storm surge. There's nowhere for the actual water to go when it goes into a bay, so this is not going to be the greatest situation here. I still think Tampa and then Port Charlotte areas down towards Fort Myers, that's going to be two of the bays that we're going to be watching closest here as this continues to make landfall. Storm surge is the main threat. I didn't even show you rain totals. Those are going to be expected around 4 to 8 inches for a hurricane. I know it sounds like a lot, but hurricanes, if you look at Hurricane Harvey, these can dump 10, 20 plus inches of rain. Flooding, nonetheless, is going to be from storm surge, not from flooding. We've seen some changes here. I bet you the next run here in about 12 hours we'll have some changes. We'll keep you updated here at KARE 11.